My name is Juan Alvarez, and I have been working as a truck driver for more than 20 years. I've traveled to almost every corner of Mexico, delivering goods to cities, towns, and villages that many didn't even know existed. But I've never had an experience like the one I lived through in Real de Catorce, a small mining town in the state of San Luis Potosí. Real de Catorce is a place full of history and mystery. Founded in the 18th century during the silver mining boom, the town flourished for decades before falling into oblivion when the mines were exhausted. Today, it is a tourist site known for its spectacular landscapes, its old buildings, and its legends. I was assigned to deliver a shipment of supplies to a small hotel in Real de Catorce. The route was long and complicated, but I was used to challenges. However, from the start, something felt off. The air along the road seemed denser and heavier, as if an invisible presence was watching me. When I arrived in Real de Catorce, I was greeted by the hotel manager, an elderly man with a wrinkled face and tired eyes. "Are you sure you want to stay here tonight?" he asked me in a tone that suggested he knew something I didn't. "Of course, I need to rest before hitting the road again tomorrow," I responded, not giving much thought to his concern. That night, after having dinner at the town's cantina, I decided to take a walk to clear my mind. I strolled through the cobbled streets, admiring the old colonial buildings and the fresh mountain air. But as I ventured deeper into the town, I started to notice the streets were deserted, and the shadows seemed to move on their own. Suddenly, I heard a strange noise, like a low, guttural growl. I looked around but couldn't see anything in the darkness. I decided to head back to the hotel, but before I could reach it, I saw something that left me frozen. In the dim light of a street lamp, I made out the silhouette of a large, dark animal walking on two legs. My heart began to pound as the creature slowly turned toward me. Its eyes were like burning embers, and its presence emanated an indescribable evil. I ran like never before in my life. When I reached the hotel, I locked myself in my room, trembling and sweating. I stayed awake all night, my eyes fixed on the door, expecting at any moment that horrifying creature would break in and take me. The next morning, I went down to the reception desk, pale and with deep bags under my eyes. The manager looked at me with a mixture of compassion and fear. "You saw something last night, didn't you?" he asked. I slowly nodded. I saw an animal, but it was walking on two legs. I'd never seen anything like it. The old man sighed and motioned for me to follow him. He led me to a small chapel at the edge of the town, where he lit a candle and began to pray. "That animal you saw is not just any animal," he finally said. "It's the devil himself. Here in Real de Catorce, there's a legend that says if you see that creature, it's because the devil has revealed himself to you." A chill ran down my spine. "Why me?" I asked, my voice breaking. The man looked at me seriously. "I don't know, son. But what I do know is that you need to leave here as soon as possible. That being won't stop until it gets what it wants." Without wasting time, I gathered my things and left the town as fast as I could. As I drove along the long, winding road back, I couldn't stop looking in the rearview mirror, expecting to see those burning eyes chasing me. Eventually, I reached a gas station on the main highway and stopped to catch my breath. In the following days, I tried to resume my normal life, but the images of that night haunted me. I dreamed of the devil every night, and every time I closed my eyes, I saw those red eyes and that terrifying figure. Finally, I decided to seek spiritual help. I visited a priest in my hometown who blessed me and gave me a protective medallion. Although the nightmares subsided over time, I could never forget what I experienced in Real de Catorce. I decided to stop being a truck driver and found a job closer to home where I felt safer. But every time I heard the name Real de Catorce, a chill ran down my spine, reminding me that somewhere in those mountains, the devil might still be waiting. Despite leaving behind the life of a truck driver and seeking comfort in faith, uncertainty remains a constant shadow in my life. I wonder why the devil appeared to me, an ordinary man with no greater aspirations than providing for my family. That night changed my life forever, and although I try to move on, the thoughts keep circling in my head. Was it a warning? A punishment? Or perhaps simply a random encounter with the evil that roams our world, always lurking? The lack of answers is a burden I carry with me, reminding me that there are mysteries in this life we may never fully understand.